Good morning. I'm just going to share a couple of thoughts that I have as we get the day started. And the passage that's come to my mind is from John chapter 20, where Jesus is talking with Thomas, and Jesus has been raised from the dead. Thomas did not believe, and Jesus confronts him and shows him his hands and his side, and he concludes with, "Stop doubting, but believe." There's an interesting juxtaposition that we're seeing nowadays in regards to belief. We have very, very strong adherence on the one hand of belief in God, and then we have strong adherence in the belief in aliens. And this kind of comes around every so often. There's a cycle of interest in things. I remember the Titanic escapade, the time when the movie was made and all of the interest on the Titanic. And there's different things culturally that cycle around historically. And aliens hadn't been a big topic of discussion for a couple decades at least. And then all of a sudden now it's the hot topic, it's the big deal. Not really surprising because humans are going to put their faith in something. And this is the way God designed us to be. In fact, I just saw a science article the other day that was suggesting that very thing, and I'm going like, duh, this has been known for ages. But yet they're trying to look at it from the scientific, that is the materialist perspective, from the Darwinian perspective, where they think that, oh, it's hardwired in our genes and it's nothing more than an effect of the chemical reactions and things like that. So they would attempt to dismiss that anyway. What I wanted us to focus on is that we at times think others have really strange beliefs. There's times when we think individuals just believe in the most absurd and the most stupid things. I often think that belief in alien life in outer space is a foolish belief. Primarily, that is because the evidence against it happening is so strong. And this brings up another point. Many times people just simply choose what to believe, and they don't have a lot of evidence or a lot of proof behind it. More so, it comes from their associations with other people, what they innately think about things, some of the books that they've read or movies that they've watched, and they get these ideas of what can and can't happen or what God is like or not like, and these ideas are far flung. They're really scattered. And so it should not be surprising to you if someone has a belief in aliens. Remember, as I said, it is impossible for humans not to put their trust in something, whether it's in themselves, human achievement or advancement, which would be called humanism. Some individuals will put their belief in the state in various forms. They'll be all American and think that your allegiance to America is the most important thing in life. Others are Marxist and socialists and think the state is going to save them. But Christians also put our faith in God. So on the two camps, the ones on the one side think you're an idiot to believe in God, and those on the other side say, well, you're foolish to believe in aliens. And Jesus comes along and he has Thomas who's doubting, not believing. He gets the report, he gets the information, and he just chooses not to believe. And this brings up a point. Why don't more people believe in God? Well, they've got what's called an a priori commitment. An a priori commitment means you just have your fundamental principles and issues that you're going to select before you make your decisions. And you're going to judge it based on your principles. So the idea that you don't want to be accountable to God, you don't want to answer to anyone for your moral decisions, okay, that's going to color your decision on whether you think God exists or not. And so everyone has their own presuppositions, and then they often cherry pick. They pick and choose the data or the information that they think supports their decisions. Jesus comes along to Thomas. Thomas is doubting it. He's not going to believe anything he doesn't see. And Jesus confronts him, stop doubting, but believe. It's this simple. you have to choose. You choose whether you're going to believe. And today we live in a blessed age where there's all kinds of scientific data to boot. We have phenomenal data growing in the fields of information theory, molecular biology, astrophysics, all these deep sciences, and they're really backing up the Bible in a big way. Now, if a kid went to public school, they're not going to run into much of the data. You have to look elsewhere. You have to look somewhere else to get it. And I intend to lead this congregation and our community and anybody who wants to watch this on an ongoing basis further into some of that information and into a more solid faith. I hope that you will have a great blessed day. Thanks for joining me.